have ice, water, a scoop of chocolate protein, vanilla collagen, blueberries, strawberries, a banana, 2 dates, a handful of spinach, a scoop of almond butter, and I think that's it. It's not the prettiest, but it's delicious. I'm gonna call it my gray smoothie. So I just got ready for the day and I am just gushing over my makeup today. I feel like it looks so good. I actually didn't use a primer. I'm curious how it's gonna hold up at the end of the day. I have the podcast today, so getting some prep work here done. Then gonna go meet Taryn and Mandy to record the episode, and I'm curious after recording 2 episodes and like a day of being in the car, how it'll look. Let me know what you think. It's peach season and I couldn't be happier. Okay, here is the final masterpiece. We ended up with avocado toast with salami with tomato. Originally, I was gonna make a like sweet and savory toast. I had the peaches ready to go, and then I realized I had extra avocado. I didn't want to waste that. Oh my God, that's so good. Hi, can I do a cold brew with almond milk, please? Just got my cold brew. My weekly, I'm recording 2 episodes, coffee. It is in the 90s today. We are officially like in like the California stereotypical heat wave, and I'm wearing pants today because I started my period and was like, I'm not feeling anything. I'm just gonna put on some like baggy pants. Very much regretting it right now. Because of vacations, we are recording 2 episodes today for the pod, which always just takes it out of me. And when I say I need this coffee, I'm not exaggerating. Honestly, praise God for caffeine. When it comes to mental health, I never fully experienced what it was like to have poor mental health until 2020, like so many of us. Things got so dark and so heavy so quickly. My therapist, Sarah, God bless Sarah, single-handedly got me through those years and asked me the hard questions and got me thinking and got me prioritizing myself, my mental health, my me time, got me really focusing on starting my day right and intentionally and allowing myself breaks and allowing myself grace. That is one of the reasons I am so passionate about mental health and therapy.
And I'm so excited because today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
So whether you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or you're just living life and it gets hard sometimes and you need someone to talk to, therapy is an amazing tool to get you through those seasons. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible, and this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really, really hard, especially when you're limited to options in your area. Sometimes it takes multiple tries before you find someone that you click with, and finding that click is important. So sometimes you have to be a little patient and have a little grace and try a few therapists on before like committing to them. And the other thing I love the most about BetterHelp is you don't have to leave your house. There is something so amazing about being in your home, your safe place, your sanctuary, and then being able to talk to someone professionally, because I do think you're able to open up a little bit more because you're in your space. So if you are considering online therapy with BetterHelp, then I highly encourage you click the link in my description box or go to betterhelp.com/Nichole, Nichole, to get started. And I'm just so excited for you and your mental health journey. Let's get back into the video. It's Friday night. I have a date tonight with my boyfriend and we are going to get ready for that. And when I say ready, I mean like fully ready. Like I'm starting from the ground up. The Charlotte Magic Serum for that like glowy finish. It is so good. Going in with some sunblock. I told you guys, I think multiple times, my new favorite mineral sunblock. It has zinc in it, and it's by Lancer. Sun protection always. We are channeling Reese Witherspoon's skin. When we're her age, hopefully we'll look the same. Time for some primer. One Size Beauty Secure the Blur is superior. You're going in with some of my favorite Hourglass concealer. Since it has gotten so hot in LA so quickly, when it's this hot, I hate wearing like a ton of foundation, and that's why I switched to concealer. But even that concealer is a lot for my under eyes because my under eyes just love to crease up. I have now switched to the YSL Radiant Touch. It is beautiful, very thin, but makes a huge difference. So I've been using this on my eyes. God, there is nothing like a freshly washed beauty blender. I mean, look at that. It's just like the perfect amount of coverage. Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand for the win, guys. For the win. So in the last few videos over the last like couple months, there have been a lot of questions that you guys continuously ask, I guess is the right way to put that. So I just thought I would take the time to like address them now. Every single one of you guys are wanting to know like constant updates on my mood and how I've been doing living on my own. I am officially, I feel like, thriving. It did take a long time. I think it took me damn near 6 months to get out of like feeling sad and depressed. Like I miss Alicia and I miss our routine and I miss being home, and honestly I genuinely believe I was homesick. I think I was a little hard on myself, feeling like that took way too long for me to shake off. But the more people that I've talked to that moved to LA from like other states and stuff like that, and I'm not comparing my move 5 minutes away to people moving out of state to LA or anywhere, but when I talked to them about what it felt like being homesick and what it felt like trying to bounce back from that, how long it took to not be homesick anymore, a lot of them were like, oh yeah, it was like 6 months to a year realistically until they felt a little more like themselves, a little more back on track. I'm average, guys. I'm actually average, and that makes me feel so much better. I think in my head, I really thought this was going to be a fast, easy, natural thing just because it's something I've known that I've always wanted for so long. That in itself was like a crazy shock. I did not expect that at all. But you know, you live, you learn. And you know, if I were to do it all over again, I absolutely would still move out. I think I learned a lot. I think I became way more independent. I think there were things about me that I needed to like sit with and like discover and find on my own. I don't think that you have to move out necessarily to experience that, but I do think it expedites the entire process. There are so many things in life that teach you about yourselves like this. One of my favorite tools is the Enneagram. One of my favorite things is like branching out, traveling, getting out of your comfort zone. Another thing is like having multiple groups of friends that like help you discover new parts of yourself. And another thing I'm gonna add to that list is living alone if possible, or if that's even something that you are desiring to do. Believe it or not, my lease is up in 2 months. I've almost been here a year. Wild. Lately, I cannot get enough blush. It just kind of like melts in and you don't really notice it after a while. So I end up putting on like 4 different blushes. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is my boyfriend. A lot of you guys are, I don't think angry that I haven't shown him on here, but I think very like perplexed and really curious why. So in a nutshell, he doesn't have social media, doesn't want to be on social media, and I fully respect that. I have discovered through this whole process of not showing him online that I absolutely love not posting him online, because there's pressures that come with that, comments that come with that I just don't need in my life. Like, relationships are hard enough, and to like invite more people's opinions on that, it just sounds exhausting. I have, as you guys know, chosen not to put him on here. I'm not saying that it'll be a forever thing, but not anytime soon. Also, I have rediscovered the brow microfilling pen. This is the one with the 3 points by Benefit Cosmetics, and I'm like obsessed. A lot of you are wondering if Jackson is my person. I think he is. I feel like I know he is, which is super exciting. It just makes me so excited for our future and so excited to start a new chapter soon. Am I getting married anytime soon? No, because of so many reasons, but one, I'm not ready. Two, everyone I know is getting married. Everyone. It's been a lot, but it has also just been such a fun season. If and when I was to get married, I would want it to be kind of separate from this friend group's season of marriage, if that makes sense. Also, I am just genuinely really happy with where my relationship currently is. I'm totally cool to just kind of marinate here in this season with him for a bit. I don't want to be putting any pressures on ourselves that aren't necessary, if you know what I mean. But since we are being honest and open and vulnerable, I would love to talk to you guys about something. I haven't actually, I think, said this out loud yet, but I have been considering moving in with my boyfriend. Haven't told him, haven't told anyone. These are just thoughts in my head. We have been together for over a year and a half. We're coming up on 2 soon. I am just, again, so happy with where we are at. And just thinking about our future and, everything, it kind of makes sense to move in together. I'm gonna be very honest and vulnerable here for a second with you guys. I grew up in the church with some very strict rules. On that, I still struggle with how I'm perceived by people in the church. And I am so aware that I shouldn't be bothering myself with other people's opinions on this subject. I am 33. I'm a grown-ass woman. I can make these decisions on my own. But for some reason, when I do allow myself to think about this, all I think about is other people's opinions and what they might be, and that they're probably / might be negative if they're specifically people that I grew up with in church. Do they actually have negative opinions on this? All of them? Probably not. Some of them definitely yes. And to add into the mix how hard it was for me to move out on my own and how big of a desire it was for me to move out on my own. Is this the right next step? I don't know. Now, I am absolutely not planning on doing this anytime soon. It's not happening tomorrow, might not even happen this year. I'm just starting to consider and visualize what that might possibly look like, and wondering if that is a good next step for me first before thinking if that is a good next step for the relationship. Does that make sense? If you have negative things to say, please hold them in, but would like your guys' thoughts on that, because I genuinely feel like you guys have been a diary for me for the last 9-ish years. So your opinion actually means a lot to me. So would love to know your thoughts on that. Yes, this is something I like to do with new mascara. I like it a little more dried out. Am I the only one? I don't think so. I think it's just easier to manipulate when it's a little tackier. A lot of you guys have been wondering if and when I'm going to move back in with Alicia, because I did make it very clear and obvious, especially last year and in last year's videos, that I missed her and I missed the house and I was depressed, and I thought that possibly moving here was a mistake. So I don't blame you for those questions. I honestly have been asking myself the exact same question because I don't know. Would I love to live with her again? Of course. Is it an easy decision? Would that just be an easy out? Just go move back in with Alicia? Yes, it would. If you had asked me even 4 months ago, I probably would have said, I want to do it because this has been hard. I really was determined to get through this year and make sure I gave myself a full year to fully try this before I backed out, did something different, which I'm so glad that I did, because I have learned a lot. Like I said, where am I at now? I think I want to continue living alone. I really enjoyed this. Was it hard? Yes. Was it worth it? I think yes. If I had to move out tomorrow, I think what I would want to do is find a smaller, cheaper, more manageable place and try living there before moving in with Alicia. I have talked with her. She is so sweet. She's made it very clear I'm welcome to come back at any time, but I know that she is also thriving living alone. I think this is something that I said this is something that I needed, but I think this is something that we both needed. I think we both grew and learned a lot about ourselves during this entire process. So I think I'd like to continue not living with Alicia and living alone, and or possibly moving in with my boyfriend. That's just where I'm at right now. Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. A godsend. Now, something that this condo has taught me is that I don't want to live in just like a regular apartment. Obviously, I'll do what I have to do. If money continues to be tight and or I can't find anything fun and different, then of course I'll move into an apartment. This is a first world problem for sure, and this is just me talking about specifically what my like dream situation would be. So what I'm saying here is ideally I would like to not live in a cookie cutter apartment building. I would love maybe a super small house to rent. I don't need a big one. Obviously, this is basically like living in a big one here, and I don't want that. It would be like a 1 or 2 bedroom tiny house. I say that because I wouldn't mind a little yard for Chloe. I did get spoiled at Alicia's house with having a yard. It is so much easier with a dog to be able to just like let them go to the bathroom outside, and not have to leash them up and keep an eye on them the whole time. Again, this is just like my like dream situation. If I could pick any place that was affordable out here, I would love if it was a small house. Last question, and this is gonna be for you guys. Should I or should I not color my hair? And this is all my natural blonde hair. I am obviously a dirty blonde, darker blonde, and I've been toying with the idea of like adding a bit more blonde in, maybe a balayage, maybe some highlights, nothing crazy, super natural. Just wanted your thoughts on that. I am like, oh, my hair finally is healthy again and it's finally stronger again, and do I actually want to do that? But you know, this is just thoughts. This is just thoughts with Ashley and her team. The teams, you guys. A tip for my straight hair girlies that I have really finally like just accepted and learned. Too much hairspray, it is gonna weigh your hair down. So I've been going in with just a little dry shampoo. It's lighter. It helps kind of hold the curl in because my flyaways are insane. I'll lightly spray the top and try to get as many flyaways down. And there is the glam, guys. Face, hair, feeling good, time for outfit. Now, if I had to name 2 things that I am loving this summer, it is the midi skirt / maxi skirt, more midi, I guess, and tube tops. Let's get dressed. Okay, here's outfit number 1. White skirt, little strapless top. It's easy. It's simple. I have this like chunky sandal or this little chunky heel that I got. This is from Aloha's, and I love them. They're like kind of suede-y. And then this is from Dolce Vita. The heel definitely feels more date night, but I do love the chunky sandal. Now here is the white skirt with the green top. I think I like the green top better. Kind of cinches in the waist a little bit more. This skirt is definitely more date night. I don't like it with this top though. This feels right. This looks right. It's hitting all the right points. We just need a bag. And here is the full look. I love it. We went with the satin skirt, the Aloha's sandals that just gave more date night than the chunky sandals did. And then this top from Zara that I have been wearing religiously all summer. Hey, Chloe.